Hi, I'm Lisa. I appreciate you taking the time to join me here on my YouTube channel or website. No matter where you're watching, welcome. Today I'm sharing the Whimsy Stamps new release close-up and my first attempt at no-line watercoloring. I'm going to be using one of the new Gnome stamp sets for this no-line watercoloring technique. I hope you'll stick around with me to the end of the video to check it out. So let's have a look at the Zen Garden Cling Red Rubber Stamp. Now I've seen some gorgeous samples created using this stamp set. To check those out, be sure you're subscribed to the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel. Join us on the Facebook group Whimsy Stamps and Inspiration, and you can follow us on Instagram. Now, I have a sample to share with you. One of the things that I really enjoy about this stamp is the size fills an A2 card nicely, makes it easy to create one layer clean and simple cards. There are two adorable Gnome stamp sets releasing today. This is the Gnome Gardener's 4x6 clear stamp set. It includes 4 gnomes in the garden plus a combination of words and sentiments, perfect for building your own sentiments on your cards. Now, I love the gnome images because you can add as little or as much detail as you want with these cuties. And here's a slimline card that I created with 2 of the gnome gardeners and an airbrushed background. We're going to get into that in another video here on my channel soon. This is the blending in stamp set and coordinating dies. Now, this image is super cute with that sneaky little cat hiding in those dogs. I love that Whimsy did coordinating dies with this stamp set. I prefer coordinating dies because there are so many techniques that you can do to create some of the cutest cards. Now, I use the sentiment and paw prints to do a black and white background for my stamped and colored image. And of course, I cut that out with the coordinating die. And I did add my own punny sentiment using that alphabet mini stamp set. Next up, I'm going to be sharing the black and white Dog Prints Slimline paper pack. It includes 30 single-sided 3.5 by 8.5 inch sheets. It's the same high quality heavyweight cardstock that we all love from Whimsy Stamps. Now I love all the patterns included in the pack, but like always, I have my favorites. Now I love this Dalmatian pattern. It's going to be great for a 101 Dalmatian birthday card or scrapbook layouts. I also think that those paw prints are adorable. The scattered hearts with the doggy bones. We have some cute puppies here that I love. I actually use these on my samples today. And these cool guys here sporting their sunshades. You can head over to the Whimsy Stamps website and check out these samples. I have a video showing you how I foiled the paper with some tips and tricks to help you get the best results possible. I saved the adorable Gnome Think Spring stamp set. This is a 4x6 clear set. I saved it for last because I'm actually using one of these cuties for my no-line watercoloring that I'm going to share with you. I have to say, for my first time, I was pleasantly surprised with the results. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to get started by stamping the image onto some Artistico watercolor paper. It's cold press 140 pound. I'm stamping the image with Distress ink in the color Antique Linen. This is great ink for no-line watercoloring. The ink actually picks up the color of or takes on the color of whatever you're coloring your image with, so it helps, it fades it into that distress ink. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and I taped my image down to a hardboard. You can totally skip this part. I just find it much easier to work with the stamped image when it's taped down like this. I'm coming in with my Zig pens, and I don't know if you guys caught my last close-up video I did for Whimsy, and I talked about my Zig pens then as well, and how I had discovered the blender pen for Zig pens and how it changed my view on these pens, and it absolutely has. And I'm going to show you here how easy it is, even on watercolor paper, to come in and blend these colors out with this blender pen. I love these so much, and I just recently found out they've actually come out with about, I don't know, 10 or 12 new colors. And I told my husband I wanted to add those colors to my collection because I can see me using these a lot. Now, I'm not going to have a lot of tips and tricks to share with you just yet on the no line watercoloring technique because I'm new to this. So I want to share some things about the pens that I'm using that I know for a fact. The blender pen has totally changed my view on these. If you have Zig pens and you find that you're not using them much, go ahead and get you a blender pen and then give them a try. I think you'll find it makes a huge difference. I prefer the quality of the Zig pen over other pens. I find that the bristles on the Zig pens, they don't separate like some of the other pens do. Now, I'm not saying those pens are not good pens. I actually have some of them and I have used them, but I just prefer the quality of that brush over the quality of the other brushes. Here we are. I'm just going in, and the brush on the Zig pens are so fine that it's real easy to go around and trace around your image. You can see me doing that there. And then I just come in with my blender pen and blend that color out. It's so easy. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the stamp packaging and lay it over him so I can see exactly where I need to put his eyes and his little smile line. So that makes it so much easier. It's a tip. So I guess I did have a tip for you guys with this. Just to lay that over and get an idea or a feel for where you need to go in and add his facial features back in. And it made a huge difference that I did them in black. It really helped them pop off of that paper. I got brave and decided I would do a landscape while I was here. And I really did think a hard second on this because I was like, if I mess this up, I'm going to be upset with myself. And then I said, you know what? No, just go for it. And I did, and I'm glad I did. So what I'm doing is creating a little bit of landscape around him to ground him down. And I just come in with an olive green and start laying color down. And then I'm going to come in with a dark brown and create some depth to this. So when I add the dark brown, it actually looks like it pushes the landscape back a little bit. Now I'm coming in with a light blue, and around my images, I'm laying the blue down and then coming in with the blender pen and blending it out. Once I move up the panel a little bit further, I'm actually just taking the pen and swiping the color back and forth across the watercolor paper. Then I'm going to come in with that water brush that you see there in the bottom left corner and go ahead and lightly go over the color I just laid down with the Zig pen. And that's going to help kind of blend it out a little bit for me. So here we are, my first attempt at no line watercoloring. I went ahead and die cut some clouds, stamped the sentiment, and added a few sequins to finish it off. Let me know what you think about the new release in the comments below and the no line watercoloring. Have you tried it? If you haven't, do you think it's something you would enjoy? I really do appreciate you guys so very much. All the products are linked below for you, so you can hop over to the Whimsy Stamps website and check out that new release. As always, please know how much I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing day.